Get ready for the best book of the summer, my new book, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, the case against the anti-Trump conspiracy. It comes out in July, and you won't be able to put it down. You can get the truth and justice in this book, and you can pre-order it right now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And finally, tonight, I want to wish all the wonderful dads out there a very happy Father's Day. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeanine Pirro, advocating for truth, justice, and the American way. The Greg Gutfeld Show is coming up. We'll see you next Saturday night.
When I worked with President Obama, and I did on occasion, I was a hero. Now, when I work with President Trump, I'm two-faced. I know how the game's played, and I don't give a damn. I'm going to do what's best for the country. I like the president. I want to help him. I hope he's successful. He's been a friend to me, and he says some things I don't agree with. So if you don't like me working with President Trump to make the world a better place, I don't give a
I second that. It was the movie made for him, a film to capture Kim, a face-melting, pants-soiling sales tool for freedom, which Mr. Trump played for the North Korean leader. Roll it.
Destiny Pictures presents a story of opportunity, a new story, a new beginning, one of peace, two men, two leaders, one destiny. A story about a special moment in time when a man is presented with one chance that may never be repeated. What will he choose? To show vision and leadership? Or not? A new world can begin today. One of friendship, respect, and goodwill. Be part of that world where the doors of opportunity are ready to be opened.
Where do I sign up? So here's a question. Why? Why the movie? Who would do that? It's crazy. Well, actually, it's not. The film shows a tyrant what could be if he stops being a dick. It was mocked.
It's like a child's presentation to another child to try to convince them to come to the party.
There were reporters in the room who initially thought it might have been something that the North Korean government had put together.
It was strange, and I think the power of a propaganda video like that is extremely overrated.
What idiots! Look, if you live in America with an iPhone, iPad, iVibrator, that video wasn't for you. It was for the North Koreans. Jesus, do you jackasses look at an ad for baby food and say, that commercial's so stupid, I'm not a baby? Hey, what is this bus stop doing in front of my house? I don't need a bus. I live here. Let me say this slowly. The video is not for you. It's an intervention made to persuade, to show other options besides annihilation. Isn't that why you showed it to me, Donald? Because that's the future.
I showed it to you because that's the future. I mean, that could very well be the future. And the other alternative is just not a very good alternative.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's this or die. That's not appeasement, that's salesmanship, which is Trump's tool. He gets you into the car. See, once the dealer gets you to test drive the Corvette, you're stuck with two options. In the Corvette, not in the Corvette. A life of shiny fun versus a Prius that stinks of Taco Bell wrappers. That video let Kim test drive prosperity. Now, it may fail, but critics, what do you have besides mockery? You're just mad because Trump did it first. He began with the threat of nukes, added the sanctions, then the persuasion. He swung the stick, then came the carrot. It's so odd. Wasn't the left the peace party and the right were supposed to be the war pigs? Obama was supposed to bring world peace, not Trump. My God, now we have an orange Gandhi. No wonder the left's a mess. Trump just stole the liberal playbook and beat him over the head with it. Now, you think the left would embrace this, but not if Trump's behind it. And then they tell us, all of us, to be skeptical. The left is the least skeptical bunch on earth. These are the same people who blindly embrace bogus climate statistics, communism, gun control lies, new age medicine, quack diets, and any postmodern dreck about race or gender. The same people who demand skepticism would applaud a 60-year-old man self-identifying as a hairless cat. That was a shout out to Brian Stelter. Now, a cheap shot. For those of you who still say the summit gave Kim a photo op, this is North Korea. If Kim wants a photo op, he can create one. You think he doesn't have Photoshop back in his castle? Fact is, if the summit's a concession, then your solution ultimately is war, because that's all you have without dialogue. Boy, I'm beginning to sound like a liberal. Here's Trump on his methods.
You have spoken so passionately about the circumstances that led to Otto Warmbier's death.
Yeah.
In the same breath, you're defending now Kim Jong-un's human rights records. How can you do that?
You know why? Because I don't want to see a nuclear weapon destroy you and your family.
Well, and by the way, you declared...
I don't want to see, excuse me, because I don't want to see a nuclear weapon destroy you and your family. I want to have a good relationship with North Korea. I want to have a good relationship with many other countries. And what I've done, if you remember, if you're fair, which most of you aren't, but if you're fair, when I came in, people thought we were probably going to war with North Korea.
But
If we did,
the threat is over.
quiet,
Is it
quiet,
over?
quiet.
Quiet! I love it when he shushes them. The hand gestures. They're like kids at the ice cream truck, and he's the good humor man. You shut up! I'll get to you next! But they don't even listen to his answers. Here's my second favorite part.
Go ahead.
What did you mean just now when you said you wished Americans would sit up at attention when you spoke?
I'm kidding. You don't understand sarcasm. Wait, who are you with? Who are you with?
CNN.
You're with CNN? Hey, you are the worst.
It never gets old. It never gets. He's preventing war, and they're chasing jokes. But maybe I could be wrong. Maybe this whole thing is about something else.
North Korea borders South Korea. North Korea borders China. What is the third country with which North Korea has a border? North Korea has a tiny little sniglet of a border with a third country there. If you take that train across that bridge from North Korea and they let you cross that border, where you end up in is Russia.
Russia! That's the ticket. It's always the ticket. Not averting nuclear war. Crazy. Anyway, I'm optimistic. Here's why. Compare our team, Pompeo, Bolton, Trump, to the previous squad. Hillary, Kerry, Ben Rhodes. Our team, the Three Musketeers. Theirs, Three Stooges. The Dems, you could do better with 3/4 of the view. They're a combination of weak handshakes and bad sandals. They stink of scented candles and failure. Ben Rhodes, he's like someone glued 100 Beanie Babies together. Hillary, she couldn't blow her nose without a consultant. John Kerry, he's so wooden, termites consider him an all-you-can-eat buffet. So I'm relieved. Peace is more attractive than war. Yet some on the left, they want to feel worse. If only there was a drug for that.
First, tonight's headlines. President Trump says there is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea.
I miss the fear.
What now?
The fear of imminent nuclear war. You remember when everyone was telling us our lives were in danger? Kind of gave me a rush.
That's pretty f***ed up, dude.
Are you bummed out because you can't be afraid anymore?
You know I am. I think I was feeding off the paranoia.
And you need Catastrophics.
Never heard of it. Will it make America afraid again?
No, just you, sourpuss. Catastrophics is an aggressive stimulant that works by reactivating your brain's fear receptors, giving you that fight or flight hysteria you crave. Use it on the go.
I don't feel it working yet.
Hey, Tom.
Why did you do that?
I was just saying hi.
No. You were sneaking up on me.
All right, well, it's great to see you outside again.
We're outside? That's where nuclear war happens.
Catastrophics might not be for everyone. Be sure to consult your doctor.
Hey, have you seen Tom?
Yeah, he's taking shelter again.
Tom? You all right in there?
It's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay. Thanks, Catastrophics.
The thrill is back with Catastrophics. Side effects may include unhinged partisanship, atypical news interpretation, and difficulty keeping it cool.
Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so sharp you can use his thoughts to carve a pumpkin. Author of Up in the Air and columnist at Harper's Magazine, Walter Kern. She's so bright, glowworms find her intimidating. Her new book is called #Do Not Disturb. Order it now. Author and TV host Jedediah Bila. She's saltier than a Buffalo highway in January. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And Big Ben is his pocket watch. Former WWE superstar, massive sidekick Tyrus. Walter, this video has never been done before. No one's ever done a sales video, a marketing tool for freedom. It's hilarious to me and wonderful at the same. What do you think?
Well, it looked like it was produced by Scientologists.
Yes.
What it really was an advertisement for what it would be like to have electricity.
Yeah.
And I noticed there were a lot of subliminal messages that didn't make, they just cut in weird images.
Yes.
So I think it was ultimately a mind control tool that we probably don't have the key to.
Yes. You know, it's weird. After watching it, I wanted to go to North Korea.
Exactly.
I wanted to ride a horse across the ocean. Did you see that? The little horse going across the ocean?
Yep.
That made no sense to me. Jedediah, I think this approach is innovative, but it's typical. It's from a salesman.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And it's funny because he put all the stuff in there that Kim Jong-un likes, like basketball. And he basically, it's like he character studied him. And he's a guy who loves American pop culture. He figured out all the things that he likes. And he said, let me try to put this in here to convince him to be a better man. The only issue I have with it is the fear that it in any way would elevate him. I mean, this is a guy, Kim Jong-un, who is a mass murderer. I mean, he has prison camps in North Korea, you know, gross violations of human rights for a citizen. So you don't want him elevated. And you don't want him to be on par with an American president who's far superior. But with that being said, I think that it was very, you know, I don't know, like maybe Trump can get a job in advertising after this if the president doesn't work out.
The thing is, though, it's like you have to, what Trump is doing is he's looking at this guy as the hostage taker. And in order to get the hostage taker to release the hostages, you use everything you have persuasively to get him to put down the gun. And I think what we're seeing is a long process of getting this guy to put down the gun. What do you think, Kat?
I watched this whole video without even looking at my phone one time.
Wow.
That hasn't happened since, like, I don't know, 2008.
Yeah.
So I think that it was an interesting video. It was a bizarre video. I just don't like how many people are rooting against President Trump actually being able to accomplish, you know, working things out with North Korea, because then they would have to be wrong. Things not working out with North Korea means war and a lot of dead people. I don't like to be wrong, but if me being right means a lot of people are going to die, I actually would err on the side of allowing people to live.
Yeah, that's very nice of you.
And apparently that's a very rare thing.
It is, especially a lot in the media, I think. Tyrus, do you have any predictions on this? What's your take?
I like the basketball stuff. That was great.
You know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do.
No, I'm just saying. I'm glad, brothers, we're getting more work. I mean, we're everywhere now. I'm on Fox News. We're in North Korea. This is great. I looked at it a different way. If he showed that video to his country, and then Kim doesn't come through, he's going to have a problem.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Because they've done a very good job of keeping them sheltered and sealed. The original version, the videos they showed America, we were eating their children.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
And blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
You had like fangs and stuff. So now they're like, they ride their horses in America?
Exactly.
He even showed like growing food. The only thing I was missing was maybe a Vegas shot.
Yes.
Or a couple of McDonald's. You know, but like he's showing them the light.
Yeah.
You know what's funny too for me? Democrats get applauded for this stuff all the time. When they do stuff that's in line with Hollywood, or remember when President Obama was running and you know the stage looked like it was like a scene from a movie and it was all built up. They get applauded for aligning themselves with Hollywood and things like that. But when Trump does something that's a little bit outside of the box to try to convince a tyrant to maybe find a better way, he gets demonized for it. So you have to pick one. Either this is a good idea all the way across, or you have to be, you know, picking on both individuals for doing it. It's just the selective outrage is just always humorous to me.
We got to run, but Walter, do you think that he's being too deferential, or is this an obvious sales pitch that we all know what he's doing?
The big rap on Trump is that he's got such a big ego, everybody threatens him. But he gave the spotlight to Kim.
Exactly, yeah, that's true. You know what that Scott Adams says, that he uses ego as almost like a thermostat that he turns up and down. He lets people take control, and then he comes back. It's an interesting development, and I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm also very handsome. Thank you. Up next, the Democrats turn to Hollywood to help them win the midterms in 2020. In other news, they're screwed. Will the Dems get far by counting on stars? Politico claims the DNC is asking Hollywood actors, writers, and producers to help with midterms and the 2020 campaign. In other words, they're re-electing Trump. Apparently, these spoiled, detached, angry left-wingers will help the Dems increase voter registration and also help shape the message for the party. As one producer puts it, when Donald Trump is able to say "Make America Great Again" and nobody can tell you what the DNC's slogan is, that's a marketing problem. Good point. The Dems don't have a slogan. And here are the people to give them one.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
I'm going to say one thing. Trump.
Oh, it's like he had his first solid stool in 6 weeks. Hey, I get excited over it. Now, you should definitely listen to that bunch, DNC. I can see the Democratic convention now. Wow. Jedediah, let's pretend we never saw that. Hollywood did a lot for Hillary, right? So they should just repeat it.
I love this story because it's the Democrats are so desperate. They don't understand their own message. Their policy stinks. So they're like, let's go to Hollywood and figure out how they can make us sound better than we actually are. They should be humiliated to do this. It's so funny to me that they exist in such a bubble, though, that they don't realize that the more they do this at award shows, the more they try to craft the message, the more they get on TV and Katy Perry or Madonna, whoever it is, puts on a T-shirt of someone, the more the majority of the country says, I'm not voting for that person. I'm going over here. Why not register it and just shut up? If they would just shut up, their person might get elected.
Yeah, it's true. You know, it's like enlisting Hollywood to help with your political campaign, Kat. It's like hiring a screaming homeless man to do your taxes.
Yep.
Which I did once, by the way.
I just don't understand this at all. It's like if you failed a test and then you asked your teacher if you could please retake it, and the teacher said okay, and then what you did was just do all of the exact same answers as when you failed it the first time. They're using the exact same playbook as they used in 2016 between not really having a message other than Trump is bad and now relying on celebrities to get the message out there. That's exactly what they did. Every celebrity and their mother was bending over backwards to try to elect Hillary Clinton.
And forwards.
And forwards and sideways and all over the place. And voters did not give a doggone heck.
Wow, strong words.
What?
From Kat Timpf.
What celebrities thought.
We're going to have to bleep that in post.
Yeah.
A lot of TV lingo, Tyrus. All right. Are we hypocrites because, you know, I'm on the right? I wouldn't mind having a few celebrities that, like me, who express conservative opinions?
Yeah, I can see Hollywood helping you. Greg, he puts the all in small. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Unnecessary, but okay.
Oh, you had it coming for all you little, one day, I'm going to introduce you, and you're going to cry. But here's the thing. Hillary was a bad candidate, which means if Jesus Christ came down and said, vote for Hillary, everyone would be like, wow, this atheist thing, I never thought of it. Like, she was a bad candidate.
Yeah.
So if your candidate's rock and roll and he's got charisma and all that kind of stuff, and a celebrity says, I like this guy, that works. But when your candidate is paint, peeling, or wallpaper, and it doesn't matter who says it's great, it's still wallpaper.
Yeah.
It's out of style. Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
And no one's going to put it in their house.
And it's peeling.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I don't even know what that
You can have all the writers in the world, but if your candidate doesn't have anything, and if they're not being true to their their stage, because what I feel like their slogan should be like, allegations, the new guilty. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to, all they do is tell on each other and try to bring, PC, we'll keep you quiet. Like, they need to do things like what they're known for.
Ah, that's very good. That's
you know what I'm saying?
an interesting way to do it. What do you think, Walter? I imagine Alyssa Milano's helping out. Have you seen her Twitter feed?
Us.
Listen, this is the problem. First, they go to actors. Actors don't have thoughts. They need No. Actors need writers. Actors are like shoes without a foot in them.
Again. First it was wrestling. Now it was acting. Do I owe you money?
I'm telling you, you're a businessman. Secondly, when actors don't have writers, they do what De Niro did. They just swear.
Right.
And then they swear again. He did it twice. It wasn't even spontaneous.
No, it wasn't.
So they're going to the wrong people. Number two, we're not being fair. The Republicans turned to Hollywood, too.
Right.
I was at the Republican convention. They had the guy from Duck Dynasty.
Yes.
And they had Scott Baio.
Yeah. Yes.
And they won.
And they won. Yeah, you know, I bet I will never get over De Niro doing this. It really is like, you know, he got the last container of Jell-O at the supermarket, and he can't wait to get home and put some Cool Whip on it. By the way, I'm getting some breaking news here that we have a crazed bicyclist on the loose somewhere, I believe, in Asia. Do we have tape of that? I don't know why, but I love that. All right. First he was crazy, then he was Hitler. Now the media is calling Donald Trump a cult leader. We discuss their desperation next.
Live from America's news headquarters, I'm Robert Gray. The number of migrant families separated after crossing into the U.S. along the southern border may double. That's what the man in charge of enforcing the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy in the region tells the Washington Post. Manuel Padilla says that agents have separated 568 parents in the Rio Grande Valley. He says that number will increase as more parents are prosecuted for illegal entry. Nationwide, nearly 2,000 children have been separated from their parents from April 19th through May 31st. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security. President Trump heads to Capitol Hill on Tuesday for a meeting with House Republicans. They'll discuss two bills that include measures protecting Dreamers from deportation. The House is expected to vote on the bills next week. I'm Robert Gray. Now back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
Finally, a Democrat admits that Trump's diplomacy might be working.
The summit was much more show than substance, what the Texans call all cattle, no hat.
All cattle and no hats. Meaning Trump's all substance and no talk. How nice of Mr. Schumer. Oh, my God. Of course, Chucky got it wrong. He meant the opposite, but I can't blame him. He's all hair plug and no cattle. Trump's critics always fall into gibberish when things look good. Their new smear now, it's a cult.
It has devolved into a cult. Primary voters in the Republican Party have devolved into a Trumpist cult.
guys are either in the cult and drank the Kool-Aid. I don't know.
Republican Party becoming more like a cult than a political party. Boy, that's hard news for the Republicans. You're in a cult. This is Jonestown?
Oh, wow. They all sound the same, almost as if they're in a cult. A profitable one, too. The more they bash Trump, the higher the ratings among their disciples. This so-called Trump bump is paying for their Botox. And it exposes the lies that there's a press crackdown under Trump. This industry has never been more vocal in opposition. The previous 8 years, the media under Obama, talk about a cult. They were in a pliant coma. They were Obama-tose. So you can hate Trump, love Trump. I don't even really care. But targeting people, not results, I'd say they're all hat and no cattle, but they're really no hat and all jackass. To be fair, Tyrus, everybody thinks someone else is in a cult. If you don't like them or like their beliefs, you think, oh, they're in a cult.
A cult's like the new code word for like jackass or I don't like you. It's the new thing. Like my problem with he screwed up the saying, but he didn't try to fix it.
I know.
And that's
he didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
Which means, but his assistant knew.
Yeah.
And his assistant let it go.
Yeah.
So you might, Chucky, you might want to holler at the guy because I mean you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a cow's ass, but you could. Where's that guy who wrote this? I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have anything. They're running out of stuff. So now he's possessed by the devil.
Yeah. Yes.
And you can't argue that.
Yes. I don't know, Cat, is a cult that bad?
I mean, not for the people in it. They don't know any better. Right? I don't know. Not that I've ever been in a cult.
Really?
I do seem like I, would be the type. But I've actually managed to steer clear of. I mean, it would feel good to like belong, but I haven't gone that far yet.
Yes.
But it's always great to see someone try to insult somebody and then do it wrong.
Fantastic.
It's like if you try to punch someone in the face and then you miss and then you hit the wall and you break your own hand.
Yes.
That's exactly what he did there. And I don't understand. Like, I get he was trying to be relatable.
Yeah.
But the internet makes it super easy to be relatable. If you're not sure, you Google it.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no way. It's not like we only rely on oral histories to know what people in other parts of the country or the world are doing. You can Google it.
Yeah.
So easy.
He doesn't know. He probably calls it the Google. Where's the Google? I think I left it somewhere and on my phone. It's on my phone, Walter, the Google.
Yeah, exactly. Schumer, they don't hire writers, these people. That's the big problem with Hollywood, politics, and everything else. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think any politician that has a populist feel, whether it's Trump or Obama or whoever it is, Sarah Palin, for example, all of these people had that populist feel. I think when that happens, you do have a segment of the population that can feel a little cultish, that they follow you no matter what, they look up to you, you become a personality instead of a politician or some combination of that. With that being said, all of those people also take a ton of heat. Like Trump takes heat from the media every day. Sarah Palin, as we know, same thing. President Obama took heat from conservative media. So yeah, there's a cultish segment of the population, but so what? To say that Trump has cultish followers and Obama didn't, every one of the people on that panel was cultish for Obama.
Oh, absolutely.
So come on.
I guess what I'm confused is, what are the people doing that? Was there a bunch of Trumpy guys with red ties running around the North Korea summit? I mean, what is the cult doing?
Yeah,
other
exactly.
than the president's doing his job, but I don't see, like when he came out in the
It's a lousy
grass
cult.
today, did the media get attacked?
It's a lousy. You're saying it's like
there's no one showing up for the cult.
Yeah, my cult. If I have started a cult and I've been thinking about it, I haven't figured out if I want to be God or just like some kind of weird prophet.
Is it like a robot cult?
It'll be a robot cult. Up next, Tom Brady wants you to stop using plastic straws. I wonder who told him to say that. If you outlaw straws, then only outlaws will have straws. So after going after plastic bags, greenies now want to ban plastic drinking straws because they may threaten sea life. New York, California, and the UK are considering it, as well as companies like IKEA and SeaWorld. And if that doesn't persuade you, here's some quarterback.
There's an easy step that every one of us can take to tackle this big issue right away. No more single-use plastic straws. The effect of these little guys are posing a huge health risk to our planet. And one of the solutions we're proposing is very simple. Next time you see a plastic straw like this, just say, no, not falling for your ruse, straw.
And here I thought straws were great for deflating footballs.
Oh, come on.
So, would the ban make a difference? In California, straws are only 4% of all the beach litter. That's far behind Kathy Griffin's tears. According to research, this is amazing. The top 3 plastic waste producers are China, Indonesia, and the Philippines. We're actually 20th. But damn the facts, they're coming for your straws. And they'll do it by any means necessary. That's persuasive. All right, Kat, as a libertarian, do you like being told how to ingest your beverages?
No.
Good.
I do not. Just to think of all the causes there are out there in the world, all the suffering, all the need, all of the terrible things. You're going to use your platform to be an anti-straws advocate?
Yeah.
I can't imagine. And I also don't want to imagine a world without straws.
Neither do I.
I love straws. Could you imagine ordering a smoothie and just having to smash it into your actual face?
True.
Instead of sipping it delightfully through a straw? That's not a world I want to live in.
I don't want to live in that world either, Walter. Why do you think Tom Brady is doing this?
I have no idea. He's kind of a mystery to me, frankly. First of all, that was the worst acting and the worst writing I've ever seen on a PSA. It didn't make any sense. Second of all, he's starting small. I think he's going to run for president. I think this is the first sign of Tom Brady's second act, and it's very scary.
Yeah, I can't wait. Jedediah, do you know why he's doing this?
I don't. I was going to tell you that I use reusable dishwasher BPA-free straws, and
Really?
I was like afraid you were going to yell.
I might.
So.
I just might. You're not welcome here anymore.
I do. I mean, you know, I do like straws though, and I think there's a difference. If you drink something, I was always told by the doctor to drink water, a lot of water, and I don't like to drink water. If you drink the water with a straw, it goes down easier.
That is true.
And the audience knows it's true. They're all nodding, so I think straws are important. Thank you.
Here's the thing that bothers me, Tyrus.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Something bothers you? Oh, wow, I'm about to have a heart attack, eh?
They picked straws so they could focus on the U.S. because the real plastic problem is from other countries. So now you can go, oh, it's America and there's straws, not Indonesia, not China, not the Philippines. This is just another thing to hang on us when it's not our fault.
Okay, well, first of all, clearly he was at gunpoint by his wife.
There you go. That's the point.
That's number one. Number two, Tom Brady's a saint.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing. Straws have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I happen to know that there is biodegradable straws in most resorts and most places where you're by the ocean. They use the paper straws. So, and then if you're into sugar and stuff, they have those little edible ones.
Yeah.
So, you know. So,
An edible straw?
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. And so there's other options. And plastic in the ocean is a kind of a big deal. It is.
But it's not our problem.
But
it's the other
it's a
people.
worthwhile cause. Listen, if your wife was on you telling you had to change the world and wouldn't stop,
this is my
and
point.
was yelling at you, you wanted to go there.
Yes.
So let's go there.
Yeah,
let's go there.
I'm agreeing with you.
So it's probably like, Tom, what's going on with the plastic? What's going on? What are you doing? Are you processing zero? What are you doing? He probably had some straws in his hand. He's like, I'll get rid of these. How about that? Great. Here's my phone. Do it. For straws.
But here's I'm gonna
polluting our water. If you could, the next time someone says don't use a straw, say no. This is Tom Brady. Thank you.
I have a theory. Tyrus, and I think you're going to agree with me. Why is he doing this? Because Giselle's boyfriend before him was Leo DiCaprio, and she's been trying to turn him into Leo DiCaprio since she met him. Remember she?
Yeah.
Yes, Yeah, I'm right. The way she redid him fashion-wise, and now she's trying to turn him into an environmental activist.
So you're the only man in the world who's married who stands up to her when they make changes? Because every guy in this audience can argue and say when his other half tells him to do something, he doesn't do it.
I have a...
Please stand up. You bunch of cowards. Every one of you would have them straws and be like, hi, my name's Daryl.
I have a message. I have a message for Tom Brady. Tom, this is heartbreaking. You and I are both kind of brothers. We're Sarah Padres. We went to the Sarah High School in San Mateo. We were a few years apart. But I think Tom McKenzie, the football coach, would not be thrilled because I remember him drinking from a straw on the field, and I think you've let every Sarah Padre down.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Is that kind of a creepy thing to do?
I'm still like freaked out about your whole Leonardo DiCaprio thing because that might be the smartest thing I've ever heard you say ever.
Well,
honestly.
On that note, I guess I should quit while I'm ahead. You know, for every straw that you guys don't use, I'm going to use 2 times the straws.
You're going to drink wine out of a straw?
You know what?
I actually would like to see that.
Tonight I will.
Okay.
Well, I can use the straw with wine, but not there. Up next, Domino's Pizza is filling the nation's potholes. If only they were filling them with cheese, that would make the streets delicious.
Fox Report with John Scott.
This just in. Great story here. Busy week at the White House. There were lots of warning signs. More on all of this now. The stock market back up. America is back.
Don't miss Fox Report, Saturdays and Sundays.
Domino's new goal, filling the pothole. The pizza company's new topping is one that covers street potholes, helping fix the nation's infrastructure. Because they deliver pizza and running over a pothole ruins the pizza. Great idea? Yes. Good for the country? I hope so. PR stunt? Absolutely. I mean, once they fill the pothole, they brand it with their logo, but who cares? It works. At least they're not virtue signaling like so many silly, socially conscious companies like hotels trying to guilt us into reusing the towels to save the earth. Shut up. You're saving money on detergent. At least Domino is really saving the earth. Literally, it is the pavement. So we don't have to see this.
I do it for the kids.
Wow, that was interesting. I hate companies that virtue signal, Walter. I hate it because, you know, it's to protect themselves from the Twitter mob. So everything they do charity-wise is about climate, gender, and race. I like this.
I love it too. I just wish, you know, they want the pizzas to get to my house in good shape so they fill the potholes. But when the pizzas leave my house, I want them to unclog the sewer drains.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. That's where the straws come in.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what that means, Kat.
Boy.
I think that this is a positive development. You're a libertarian. To see our governments can't deal with infrastructure. Companies, remember Country Time Lemonade and the lemonade stands. They're paying for the penalties, and then you got Domino's. This is a great trend.
Yeah, people always say we need government to build the roads. Turns out we just need more civically minded pizza companies.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have guessed it. I really wouldn't have guessed it. But this is great. I mean, I really haven't thought about Domino's a lot lately.
Right.
Or like ever. I mean, it crosses my mind very occasionally.
Yes.
And I think that most people with, you know, relatively healthy brains probably the same. But we're all thinking and talking about Domino's quite a bit.
Yes.
And in some of these cities, you're not going to be able to drive to work without seeing Domino's.
Yeah.
So this is just a really smart move all around.
I think so, Tyrus. Could this be the first domino to fall?
Oh, clever.
Other companies
doing
the same thing?
What?
Little Caesars, I don't know.
And then the first, someone's going to have a problem with this, probably me. So your chubby self just can't wait for your pizza, so you complained about the potholes. So you got to get your food faster. How about get off your butt and go walk and get the pizza? But I guess I feel like, you know, it's good. But again, I would rather have potholes than my street littered with domino signs. It could say a lot about your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? If there's 35 domino potholes in your neighborhood, and none of your kids play outside, there's a good chance you got a chubby neighborhood. So you might want to work on that. I'm just be careful what you wish for.
That is
true. It's like, property value goes down because high cholesterol and high blood pressure is in this particular neighborhood because there's a ton of domino spots from.
What do you think, Jed?
I think it's so smart. It's like they're showing they care about the pizza, they care about the roads, they care. Domino's is a topic of conversation. My husband's looking at me in the audience. We talk about Domino's daily,
right?
Because he loves Domino's, and I'm Italian, and I defend like the local Italian eateries. So we're talking about Domino's all the time, but this is really smart. I think actually other companies are going to see this and try to figure out what they can do to kind of get this kind of thing going on.
I agree. You know what? And I want to use this as a contrast to the hotel towel scam. I'm just very mad about that. It's pretending to help the planet, so they instruct you to forego the luxuries of fresh towels that you actually paid for with your exorbitant daily fee. So here's my challenge. A person who checks in should be able to have the option, if you choose to reuse towels, they should take the savings off your rate, right? Yes. But they won't, because it's about saving money, not saving the planet. It makes me sick to mind.
Can't you just get more towels? Can't you just call the front desk and get more towels?
I do. Even when I'm not bathing, I order more towels. I build a fort out of towels and pillows. Final thoughts next. Don't go to bed yet.